Prince Harry is deeply unhappy in his royal marriage to a political activist, biographer claims. Who is this biographer? Hugo Vickers. Speaking at Raworth's Harrogate Literature Festival, I love those names. Quote, he said, he no doubt thought he'd found himself a very exotic and glamorous wife out of the norm. Actresses can be very beguiling. I think that Meghan was exactly who Harry wanted her to be. She told him she loved uh, Africa. She acted rough and tumble and stoked his dreams of going to Africa and escaping the royal life. And that's not at all what she wanted. Quote, unfortunately, he finds himself now living in California, away from his family, friends, his work, and the army, and all the things he'd known. Harry's lost all of his military engagements, which were the most precious things to him. Quote, he looks incredibly unhappy, and he's been hooked by a political activist as far as I can see, adding that the prince is spouting all this rubbish which comes from her, and he may think he believes it, but he doesn't really. That's exactly what's happening. He is really Meghan's mouthpiece and handbag holder now, and I think she's actually convinced him that he believes this stuff. These sensational claims come as Harry and Meghan blasted dangerous social media during a special Time 100 talk alongside Celebrity Pals. I also found this very interesting. Diana told Charles to let William succeed the Queen. Diana told Prince Charles to step aside in order for their firstborn son William to succeed the Queen, according to a new documentary. The Princess of Wales told the Daily Telegraph editor Max Hastings that Charles was not fit for the throne during an interview. Wow, incendiary. For Diana to say that is incendiary. In the Channel 4 documentary, he said, I spent the best part of a couple hours with Diana, and she put on a wonderful show. It was absolutely gripping stuff. It became clear, first of all, how much she hated Charles. Yes, she did hate Charles. When I said, were there ever happy times? She said, no, the marriage was hell from day one. I want to look at, was the marriage hell from day one? How unhappy is Harry in his marriage to Meghan? Because I think he is incredibly unhappy. Did Harry ignore the Queen's call to return to the palace because he just keeps popping up everywhere? And obviously, gosh, is the Queen now going to cut off Harry and Meghan completely on March 31st?
Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. So Harry is deeply unhappy. I agree. I've been puzzling over this photo that just came out. This is a Time 100 photo. And I really think this photo says it all. Meghan is laughing at an inside joke. Okay, and this is smug. She's smug. She is successful. She has won. And she's laughing at a joke that no one else knows what it is. Is Harry in on the joke? No. Are they laughing together? No. Meghan is in front. Harry is behind. Harry has been looking horrible. Okay, he looks just like all the life has been sucked out of him and his life is just pure misery. Here he looks slightly better, but he's very much in the background. Meghan is the smug, independent woman. She has a secret that no one else knows, and Harry's in the background, and she's resting her arm on him. She owns that man. He is chattel. She owns him. And this picture really tells us that is what's going on. This is the latest picture they've published, and that's what's going on. The other thing that deeply concerns me, as I mentioned, is that it seems that Harry has completely not returned to England. The Queen has called Harry back to England. Come back. You're due for a spanking. I need to talk to you. When is the last time we saw this? The last time Harry or Meghan was called to a meeting with the Queen called Meghan to a meeting, and she said, I want to see you. What did Meghan do? Meghan went to the National Theater And she didn't tell anybody. She didn't tell anybody at the National Theater that she was supposed to be meeting with the Queen. The Queen found out, where's Meghan? She's supposed to be here meeting with me, and she's not. And that was the day that Meghan sent out the Instagram, "We quit. We're revolutionizing. We're single-handedly modernizing the monarchy." And that was the day of Megxit. That was the day that Megxit happened. She fled the country. She left Harry holding the bag. He's been holding the bag ever since. And all of this business of moving to Canada, moving to California, everything came from Meghan not meeting with the Queen. The Queen called Meghan to a meeting. She didn't meet with her. Now the Queen has called Harry to a meeting, and it seems to be happening all over again. This is very, very bad. It seems that Meghan's whole thing, Meghan looks smug. She's not laughing here, but everyone is very unhappy. She's like, "Oh, this is awful." He's like, "Oh, my goodness." He's like, "I don't want any part of this." She's like, "Oh, let's just grin and bear it." And who is really angry? Harry. She's doing all of this. She's a puppet master. It's horrible. It's horrible. And that's what's going on. So always watch the body language, because Meghan, this picture, and I don't think we can help it. She is telling us what is happening in this picture. This is an exact representation of what is really going on. Meghan is laughing at her private joke. Harry is suffering, and that suffering ends when she completely destroys him, it seems. So let's start with a mini Celtic cross. Is Harry deeply unhappy in his marriage to Meghan? Because I think she's got him fooled. I think that, just like this man said, the royal biographer, Hugo Vickers, I think that Harry believes in this mission. Harry believes that this is his mission too. Although he's in the back seat, although she's laughing at a joke that he doesn't even understand and he's not a part of, she's laughing at the joke, that what she's doing to him. Is Harry deeply unhappy? Does he realize how unhappy he is? What's going on with Harry? Is Harry deeply unhappy in this marriage? Is Harry deeply unhappy in this marriage? Butterfly, very public, going forward in the marriage. 9, 3 hearts. He's holding it together and he's going forward with her in the marriage. He's committed to the marriage very publicly. And he wants to present a sweet face to the public. So he wants everybody to believe that everything is wonderful in the marriage. Olive tree, deeply rooted. This is a family and marriage card, manifesting a family, taking every opportunity. So we have a cutting card and we have a stopping card. We have straight razor and cornerstone. Cutting the cornerstone, cutting the foundation, and opportunities. Okay, cutting the foundation. She's cutting him away from the royal family. Stop and full stop to the connection. So, stopping and cutting the connection to the royal family. Committed to stopping and cutting the connection to the royal family and taking every opportunity. 8, 9, 18, 20, 5 spades blocked. So they're completely departing from the royal family. And Harry not showing up and having this meeting with the Queen would say, I'm not part of the royal family anymore. I'm not taking direction from the Queen anymore, which that's all he is. He is a prince. That's all he is. That's all he's ever been. That's all he will ever be. And if he loses that, then Harry is essentially dead. She's killed him. So that Diana and Charles stuff really caught my eye. Was the marriage to Charles, we'll put Charles here and we'll put Diana over here, was the marriage hell from day one? Charles and Diana. Because Charles was with Camilla and he loved Camilla. Camilla was married at the time. She divorced and he married her after she divorced. And I don't know how many marriages she's had. I don't know if that was her second marriage and Charles is her third. I think Charles is her second marriage. So let's look at Charles and Diana. Was it hell from day one? Charles, because everybody has rocky patches, and memory's a funny thing. This is Diana. Memory's a funny thing, and I think memory can be revised as the years pass. And what Diana might say, and this was an interview with Diana, and what Diana might say after a bitter and acrimonious divorce, and her memories of the marriage could be colored by the most recent events. Whereas if you talk to her before, she's very hopeful, she's very optimistic. So, who knows? Diana has some interesting cards. Executioner, player, and home. Family. Executioner is a lawyer card, a divorce card, player. 24, 28, 7 spades. Secrets. Secrets ended the family and the marriage, and secrets and promiscuity. Player is the ultimate, is definitely playing around on the side. Okay, in any kind of relationship reading, the player and the devil are the worst philanderers. Okay, so very systematically, constantly throughout, Charles was unfaithful in the marriage, and this destroyed the marriage for her, and she can't get over that. And in the Bible, the only valid reason for divorce is unfaithfulness outside of the marriage. Okay, that's the only valid reason. There are no irreconcilable differences, or he likes a harder bed and she likes a softer bed. None of that. Only unfaithfulness outside the marriage. So that's a big deal. So that was the big deal for Diana. It's unfaithfulness. There's another woman here. High Tower. Mercury talking to this other woman and having sex with this other woman. High Tower is, of course, very phallic. 18, 20, 30, 8 diamonds, everything. Camilla was everywhere in the relationship. He was obsessed with Camilla, and he made no secret of it. And he was very systematic about it. Charles never curtailed his activities with Camilla. I don't think he didn't make a big effort to hide what he was doing, or he didn't care to hide it. And it just dominated their relationship on both sides. And the love and the union was broken. And this is 4 Ace of Spades. So I think there's nothing worse than someone being arrogant. I feel like Charles was just arrogant about not really trying to hide his affair with Camilla, which you say, well, why would he, but it's just normal to hide that. Hide it, keep it under wraps, at least make a show, of a real marriage with Diana. So I think it was just right on the surface, and Charles didn't really hide it, and he was just constantly talking to Camilla, and that's terrible. It's terrible on all sides, and that Camilla would, do that as well. That's terrible, and people harbor ill will against Camilla because of that. All right, so it really seems that Harry has ignored the Queen calling him back. It's going to turn out exactly the same way as when the Queen called Meghan to talk to her, and Meghan didn't show up. Okay, if Harry's not showing up, this is really bad. So did Harry ignore the Queen's call to return to the palace? Because it sure looks like it. I haven't seen any evidence that Harry has returned to England. Did Harry ignore the Queen calling him back? The city, the world, the UK, coming up to the UK, many people, 11 and 8, 19, 5 clubs. 2 5s. 5 clubs, 5 diamonds, change. 5s are the change cards. They're right in the middle. So many people coming up, many people involved in his trip to see the Queen. Many people, and there's several different ways that this can happen. Many people involved. What do we have underneath? Scapegoat, outcast. The scapegoat is the outcast. Man working to everything together. Scapegoat to be outcast. And 7 diamonds, finger of God and mustard seed. Outside circumstances, because of outside circumstances, he's not there. Okay, so Harry didn't show up because of, and his excuse is outside circumstances. There's a lot of people involved in him coming to the palace and getting over the water. So he's just making excuses. He didn't show up, he's just making excuses. I don't see the Queen in a rage. Is the Queen going to cut Harry off completely? Let's see. How is the Queen feeling about Harry not returning when she summoned him? And if you read the Bible, it's like a big deal. Number one, you can't walk into the king's presence unless he extends the golden scepter to you. This includes his wife, any of his wives. Okay, so if the Queen walks into the palace room where the king holds court, and he doesn't extend the scepter, the Queen is taken away and beheaded. Okay, so, and it also holds that when the king summons you, you come. You definitely should come. So, is the Queen going to cut Harry and Meghan off completely on March 31st because of this? What is she going to do because of this? Him not coming. Coffin. Oh my goodness. All right, so what is she going to do? She's reacting and keeping the face on. 8 and 4, 12, 3 spades. Because she's going to react to this conflict. 3 and 3. The 3s are building action. 1 is a beginning. 2 is a couple. 3 is things are beginning to get going. Okay. 4 is structure. 5 is change, the middle. 6 is family. 7 is the spiritual number. 8 is everything. 9 is it's almost done. And 10 is completion. We have 10s. We have 3s. Okay, so she's going to react to this. And 8, 2 spades. 4 spades and 2 spades. She's not, they're not going to say anything, but she's going to react to this. On the surface, we're not going to see anything, but this is a big deal, and it's being dealt with quietly behind the scenes. They're contemplating it, which is how you should deal with this. What's underneath? Very emotional. 10 hearts, the most emotional card. 10 spades, 5 clubs. This is a disaster that he's not coming. It's a disaster. This 10 spades is an ending. It's a very bad ending. So it's a disaster that he's not coming, and he's really upset some people. He's really, really upset the Queen. I'm asking about the Queen. He's really deeply upset her. And Fox 8 diamonds. 8 diamonds is the money card of money. Instead of cornucopia, I was thinking to name it money, because 8 diamonds is anything money can buy. Okay, all material, physical things. So the fox is very wise. She's considering, and the fox is feminine, so the fox moves the pieces around, doesn't take direct action, takes indirect action by moving the pieces around. The king of diamonds takes more direct action, the queen takes more indirect action. So she's going to take action. She's wisely considering what to do about the money. Wisely considering. So this is tens, something, this is the completion, and she's going to do something about the money. So I'm asking, will she completely cut off the money? Maybe. I mean, the 10 spades is there, and the 10 spades is mirroring the 8 diamonds. So she might actually, this might be the end of the money. You want to be free? You want to be separate from the royal family? Well, be careful what you wish for, Harry, because you might just get it. So this is very dire. It's a big deal. All right, let's review. Is Harry very unhappy in the marriage? He's doing everything he can to hold it together. And the whole thing is they're leaving the royal family. They're exiting the royal family. So do I see a lot of unhappiness? He's doing everything he can to be happy. He's trying to manifest a family with her. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. She's got him convinced. And what I see going on here is Harry is completely committed and Meghan is not committed. Meghan is only committed to Meghan. Harry is committed to Meghan and the marriage, and they're moving forward together. Meghan is only committed to Meghan, and she's going to discard Harry as soon as she can and take everything. So what he's building for her to take from him. And she's going to take everything. And that's what's happening here. Diana and Charles, was the marriage hell from day one? Well, overwhelmingly, this affair is just dominating both sides. This affair, it's for her, it's like it's systematic. His whole life is built around this affair, and this affair with Camilla, and he's not hiding it. And he's just like, I'm going to go see Camilla tonight, tough luck. And they're not sleeping together because he's going to see Camilla. There was no attempt to hide it. There was no glossing it over. There was not like, I love you, Diana, but there's someone else. I think he was just really open about it, and that's a bad move. Did Harry ignore the Queen's call to return to the palace? Yes. Yes, he did. He's just making excuses, and they're not believing these excuses. Those are nonsense. Is the Queen going to cut them off completely? Well, we're not going to see anything until March 31st. Okay, it's just laying there. But she is very upset about it. She's very upset about it. And this is a really big deal, and she's definitely going to make changes to the money. I'm not sure she's going to cut them off completely, but definitely things are going to change with the money on March 31st. So that's coming up. This is big, big things are going to change for Harry and Meghan on March 31st. You want to be separate from the royal family? See how you like it. Okay, and that's what's coming down the pike. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous folks who have bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.